Zach wrote this role with you in mind, and you even previously mentioned that he put elements of you into the script. Was it intimidating to tackle such a complex role, knowing it was kind of made with you in mind?
It would seem like it should be, but it really wasn't. I think what happens when someone who knows you so well and knows your body of work so well writes you something is you kind of cut about 7 corners. We don't have to create that dialogue between each other. I don't have to spend ages figuring out who Alison is. I was there from the beginning. I was a part of the conversation of who she is and where she comes to from the very, very beginning. And it just meant that as a performer, all I really needed to do was then come and breathe life into her and figure out how I wanted her to be. It was very freeing, actually, having so much of the work already done because we'd already discussed so much of it, you know?
Yeah, and I was going to say, you have an incredible singing voice, and I know you wrote a lot of the songs. Was that part of the process when you were understanding the character of Alice?
Totally. I mean, Zach corrected me yesterday that he had always intended for some song, some piano to be in there because that's what was based on the character. But for me, when I wrote one of the songs, "I Hate Myself," I was really trying to get in the headspace of her. I was trying to figure out at what low she must be and like how does she think of herself. Where does she want to be? What does she think about doing to herself? And it was kind of just like a stab of figuring out who this woman was and where we were going to go from there. And then when I played the song for Zach, I was like, is this kind of what you're thinking? Is this where she is? And he was like, yeah, that's exactly it. So that's the song that's in the movie. And then on top of that, you know, you have to think about how does she sound? How does she sound and how broken is she? And you know, I think there's always a bit of a fear when you pre-record things that it's then going to suddenly be really glossy and glittery and in this storyline that doesn't make sense. So we kind of made the decision to keep it as raw and as honest as possible on a creaky piano in the rehab center with a creaky voice and just that's probably how broken and low she is. So it was really cool to do both. Yeah.
Yeah, and in this film, you get to share so many scenes with the legendary Morgan Freeman. How is it working alongside such an iconic actor such as him?
Oh, it's so easy. You know, when you're working with someone that is that professional, that talented, he knew every single cue, every single line. He was on it. He was on set. You know, it's like playing acting tennis with someone. Just anything I serve, he hits back, and you end up feeling very secure in the scene when you're working with someone like that. And there really truly is just this magic that only you two are living in that moment, and the camera is capturing. And yeah, it's like playing. You know, you're playing with this legend who is so unbelievably talented that we know so well. And it's a joy truly to have said that I worked with Morgan.
Well, I would say you're a young legend yourself, and it was great to see you to share the screen.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for chatting.
You wrote this role specifically with Florence in mind. What was it about her that you knew she would be perfect for this role?
I just think she's just like everybody else on earth. I just think she's the most incredible actress, you know? I mean, and all these filmmakers, the legendary A-listers agree, you know, Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve and Ari Aster and Greta Gerwig, everyone's lining up to work with her. She's just a one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-generation level talent. And I wanted to write something for her, and I just felt so lucky that she liked what I wrote.